Welcome back. Joining me now is Dr. Karim Kahn of the Center of Hip Health and Mobility. Welcome, Dr. Kahn.
Thank you.
Now, our person of the week, Granville Ayrton, he's just flinging himself around that squash court with reckless abandon. He's in his late 60s. Is he pushing the envelope, or is this okay?
No, that's fantastic. And I think the people who should be worried are those who are sitting in their couches and not doing anything.
Oh, so in fact, it's okay. We should be emulating him. If we have been sitting on the couch and suddenly say, all right, we're going to be Granville Ayrton, how smart is that?
Well, we need to be sensible, of course, but it's not difficult to walk. It's not difficult to go shopping without your car. It's not difficult to walk with your grandchildren. So we should be active in all the phases of the day and accumulate 60 minutes of activity every day.
It's kind of seamless. It's not a great big thing where you have to make a block of time and a big effort.
That's right. People think you have to be in Lycra to exercise and to get benefits, but physical activity should be built in as part of everyday living.
Now, we're talking about hip health. The muscles around the hips are, of course, an integral part of making sure that everything works well. What do we have to do to ensure muscles in that area are being toned and addressed on a regular basis?
It can be pretty simple. People like to make exercise complicated, but really, if you're loading your joints, you'll be loading your muscles at the same time, and the muscles and joints work together as an organ to maintain each other's health. My message is that you'll benefit your brain and your heart and your muscles and joints with all your activities. So be active, accumulate 60 minutes of physical activity every day in snacks, in little bursts, and don't worry about the Lycra.
I love you talking about the integrated aspect of it all, because ultimately we want to make sure everything's functioning, obviously to enjoy our lives to the maximum, but also to avoid unnecessary injury. And around hip health, that has to do with tripping and falling. Am I right?
Yeah, falls is a problem for anyone over 65. A third of older people fall.
And if in fact one was truly unlucky, what could happen?
Yeah, the dangerous concern is a hip fracture. One of the reasons why we have the hip centre to prevent those sort of things. And hip fractures are debilitating. They can cause 20% of people who have them to die, and 50% of people to lose their independence. But they can be prevented. A third to a half of falls can be prevented.
That's a shocking statistic. In what way then? What has to happen?
Yeah, well, the key to preventing falls is actually strength and balance exercises. And in studies where they've given people just a few minutes a day of strength and balance exercises, they've reduced their falls by a third to a half. So for your 80th birthday, we should give our parents a strength and balance training class and encourage them to do simple strength and balance exercises.
So it's pretty simple stuff, but it's hugely important.
It's the single most important thing you can do for health. It's the single most important thing, way more important than any medication you can take.
Get out there and exercise, and anything works.
Accumulate 60 minutes of physical activity in a day, which means you only have to limit yourself to the couch to 23 hours a day, 23 and a half hours a day. Just keep the couch to that long.
Dr. Kahn, thank you for your sense of humor and also for the great wisdom.
Pleasure.
Thanks. We'll be back in a moment.
North of 49, a guide to the rest of your life.